In this compilation, we delve into 15 alarming crimes captured by security cameras, revealing the raw reality of criminal acts caught on tape. From thefts and physical attacks and break-ins, these incidents offer a stark reminder of the importance of surveillance in documenting criminal behavior. Number 1. Arcadia doorbell footage leads to arrest. In California, Robert Michael Mendez, age 27, found himself in police custody after an alarming incident captured by doorbell footage from a residence in Arcadia. The footage depicted Mendez forcibly dragging his estranged girlfriend by her hair, while issuing chilling threats of violence, including taking her life, as she cried out for help. The severity of the situation prompted authorities to charge Mendez with attempted violation, kidnapping, and false imprisonment. The distressing event unfolded late one night around 11:40 p.m. when the Arcadia Police Department received footage from a Ring doorbell camera installed at a local residence. Despite her frantic pleas for assistance, Mendez callously ignored her cries, continuing his violence. Amid the struggle, captured vividly on camera, Mendez could be heard barking orders at the woman, commanding her to get up while menacingly threatening to end her life. This alarming display of aggression and control left onlookers shocked and deeply concerned for the woman's safety. Following a swift and thorough investigation, police swiftly located Mendez and the severely injured woman at a residence on S. Santa Anita Avenue. The extent of her injuries was so grave that she required immediate hospitalization. Subsequent inquiries into the matter revealed the victim's identity as Mendez's estranged girlfriend and unveiled the horrifying truth that she had been forcibly held against her will since the vicious assault. Number 2. Aluminum foil robbery. In southern Brazil, during an attempted bank robbery at a branch of Banco do Brasil in Praia Grande, two would-be robbers resorted to an unconventional tactic to evade detection. They covered themselves from head to toe in aluminum foil. Their objective was simple: to accomplish the bank's alarm system. However, their plan went awry when they failed to account for the vigilant surveillance cameras positioned inside the bank. Upon breaching one of the walls, presumably to bypass the alarm system, the robbers proceeded with their scheme, unaware that their every move was being meticulously recorded by the internal security cameras. Subsequent examination of the closed-circuit footage revealed the surreal sight of two figures clad in makeshift aluminum foil suits skulking near the bank's main safe. Despite their efforts, the robbers departed the scene empty-handed, leaving behind tools indicative of their intent to crack open the safe. Authorities suspect that the two culprits may have had accomplices who served as lookouts, aiding in their escape by alerting them to the impending arrival of law enforcement. Following the incident, one individual was apprehended in the vicinity, hiding in nearby woods, and was found to have a prior criminal record related to robbery. Number 3. The Freeland Gaither case. On November 2nd, around 9:40 p.m., security cameras in Germantown recorded a distressing scene: a man forcibly taking Freeland Gaither into a car after smashing the car window and then carelessly dropping her glasses and phone onto the street. The following day at 6:01 a.m., her debit card was used in Aberdeen, Maryland, indicating her captor's movements. 3 days later, they found her in a parking lot in Jessup, Maryland, marking the end of her terrifying ordeal. Barnes, the man responsible for this heinous act, admitted guilt by pleading to kidnapping charges, thereby facing the prospect of spending 35 years behind bars. He confessed to abducting Freeland Gaither from Coulter St., expressing that desperation drove his actions, as he needed money to reunite with his daughter. He also mentioned that the situation began as a robbery but spiraled into something more severe. He was already wanted for another hostage in Virginia involving a 16-year-old girl. Despite the gravity of his crimes, the plea agreement offered him the possibility of sentence reduction for cooperation with investigators. Number 4. Tragic abduction of Carly Brucia. In February 2004, Carly Brucia, an 11-year-old girl from Sarasota, Florida, was kidnapped while walking home from a friend's house and tragically found dead a few days later near a church. Carly, born in 1992, lived with her mother and stepfather in Sarasota. On the evening of her kidnapping, Carly was supposed to return home after staying over at a friend's house to watch the Super Bowl. Her mother preferred she not walk along the busy Bee Ridge Road, so she sent her husband to pick her up, but Carly never made it home. Her parents called the police around 7:30 p.m., and a massive search began. The next day, police dogs traced her scent to a car wash where surveillance footage showed a man leading Carly away. The man in the footage was identified as Joseph Peter Smith, a local mechanic. Despite being on parole and having violated it previously, he wasn't remanded. Smith's brother agreed to help authorities and led them to the field where Carly's body was discovered. During a phone call, Smith confessed to taking the life of Carly. Carly's tragic death shook the community and raised concerns about public safety. It served as a grim reminder of the dangers lurking in seemingly ordinary life. Number 5. Florida student attacks teacher's aide. A 17-year-old student attending Matanzas High School in Florida reacted violently when a teacher's aide confiscated his video game. The incident, captured on video by the Flagler County Sheriff's Office, shows the student, who stands at 6'6" inches and weighs 270 pounds, physically assaulting the aide. This happened after the aide took away his Nintendo Switch during a class session. The teacher's aide sustained injuries, including broken ribs and significant bruising as a result of the attack. She was admitted to a local hospital but later released. The Flagler County Sheriff, Rick Staley, expressed grave concern over the severity of the assault, highlighting that the teacher's life was endangered during the argument. The student, identified as a special needs student, faced serious legal consequences for his actions. Despite being initially processed in juvenile court due to his age, he has since been transferred to the adult system. If convicted, he could face up to 30 years in prison for aggravated battery. Number 6. Sacramento abduction. A 3-year-old child, Leo Norvell, found himself at the center of a harrowing ordeal that began with a distressing incident in Sacramento. It unfolded on a seemingly ordinary Friday afternoon, where chaos erupted after the child's mother and another individual were victims of a violent shooting perpetrated by a suspect. This unfathomable situation escalated quickly, culminating in the kidnapping of young Leo, leaving a community in shock and authorities scrambling to ensure his safe return. In the aftermath of the incident, law enforcement agencies swiftly mobilized, launching an intensive search effort to locate both the missing child and the perpetrator responsible for this heinous act. An Amber Alert was activated, triggering widespread awareness across the region as the desperate hunt for Leo and the suspect intensified. Thankfully, Leo was discovered unharmed in the early hours of Saturday morning. The location, Hayward, in the Bay Area, where authorities apprehended the suspect and secured the child's safety. It was a moment of immense relief for Leo's family and the entire Sacramento community. As the investigation into the incident continues, authorities are piecing together the events leading up to the kidnapping. Number 7. Brutal attack on Miami Metro. On a routine day in Miami, a distressing incident unfolded aboard a metro train, as captured by surveillance footage. The perpetrator, identified as Joshua James King, aged 25, perpetrated a vicious physical attack against a lone female commuter, Andrea Puerta, aged 29. The incident, which occurred without any apparent provocation, left Puerta severely injured, with a concussion, broken ribs, and extensive bruising. The footage depicts King boarding the metro train and subsequently launching a sustained and ferocious attack on Puerta. Despite Puerta's pleas for him to desist, King persisted relentlessly, showing no remorse or mercy throughout the ordeal. Puerta, in recounting the harrowing experience to Local 10, expressed her shock at the unprovoked nature of the attack, emphasizing that she had never encountered King prior to the physical attack. Miraculously, despite succumbing to unconsciousness at one point, Puerta managed to summon the strength to escape the train and alert authorities by dialing 911. Law enforcement swiftly apprehended King following the incident, charging him with 3 counts of aggravated battery. In response to the overwhelming medical expenses and legal challenges incurred as a result of the assault, a GoFundMe campaign has been initiated to assist Puerta in her recovery journey. Number 8. San Francisco witness captures brazen vehicle burglaries. A witness in San Francisco captured alarming footage of brazen vehicle smash-and-grab burglaries unfolding near the bustling Fisherman's Wharf area. The scene unfolded as a vigilant California motorist trailed behind a pair of alleged thieves in a white Lexus, documenting their audacious exploits. With a black ski mask and gloves concealing their identity, one of the perpetrators repeatedly disembarked from the vehicle, swiftly targeting parked cars along the bustling street. Videos provided by the witness depict the thief brazenly inspecting parked SUVs, rifling through belongings, and hastily retreating to the awaiting Lexus, their hands often empty. The footage further portrays the white sedan carelessly navigating through red lights, indicative of the perpetrator's reckless disregard for law enforcement and public safety. The witness, speaking to KTVU, recounted their decision to tail the thieves, noting the criminals' apparent indifference to being followed. Despite the witness's pursuit, the thieves persisted, methodically pilfering bags and valuables from multiple vehicles over several blocks. One particularly harrowing moment captured in the footage involves a startled individual seated in a targeted vehicle, their distress audible as the thief shatters a window and seizes a bag from within. Number 9. Police officers charged with murder. 4 police officers in South Africa are now facing severe legal consequences as they have been charged with murder following a disturbing incident captured on video footage. The footage, obtained from a security camera, depicts the shocking scene of a robbery suspect, later identified as Khulekani Mpanza, being fatally shot while lying on the ground in Krugersdorp, situated in the vicinity of Johannesburg. This distressing video captures the suspect being shot at close range and subsequently kicked while he remains incapacitated on the pavement. Prior to the fatal shooting, Mpanza allegedly engaged in a confrontation with the police, during which he reportedly discharged a firearm at them before attempting to flee. As he fell to the ground after being shot for the first time, the pistol he allegedly used appears to have fallen from his grasp. Despite being wounded and unarmed, Mpanza was then approached by a police officer who, according to reports, proceeded to shoot him in the chest. Adding to the brutality of the situation, another officer is seen on the camera footage kicking Mpanza while he lies injured before callously walking away. Upon reviewing the footage, Dr. Johan Berger, an expert in policing matters, expressed profound shock at how the incident unfolded, describing it as nothing short of an execution. Sadly, incidents of police brutality are not uncommon in South Africa, as evidenced by past cases, including the highly publicized death of a taxi driver in 2013. Number 10. Boston Marathon Bombing. The Boston Marathon bombing in 2013 was a tragic event that shook the nation. As thousands gathered to cheer on the runners crossing the finish line, 2 homemade bombs detonated near the race's endpoint, causing chaos and devastation. Amidst the confusion and horror, the power of video footage emerged as a critical tool in unraveling the mystery behind the attack. Paul McRae, a marathon participant, had crossed the finish line moments before the bombs went off. Unaware of the impending tragedy, he snapped a photo of Boylston Avenue, capturing a moment of normalcy before the chaos ensued. Little did he know that his photo, along with countless others taken by spectators and surveillance cameras, would become instrumental in the investigation. Video footage from the vast network of surveillance cameras installed throughout downtown Boston played a pivotal role in piecing together the sequence of events leading up to and following the bombings. Even as first responders rushed to the scene, law enforcement officials were already securing video evidence from various sources. Grant Fredericks, a forensic video analyst, highlighted the significance of video evidence in modern crime investigations. He emphasized that video holds more evidential value than other traditional sources, such as DNA or eyewitness testimony. In the case of the Boston Marathon bombings, the abundance of video footage, captured by both professional surveillance cameras and individual spectators' devices, provided a wealth of crucial information for investigators. The meticulous review of this footage ultimately led law enforcement officials to focus their attention on the Tsarnaev brothers as the primary suspects. Number 11. Foiled parcel theft. In Lozells, West Birmingham, Abdul Momin thwarted an attempted parcel theft at his home when he caught the perpetrator in the act on a security camera. The footage showed a man pretending to be a delivery person, picking up a package left by a postman. Alerted by his doorbell camera, Abdul confronted the thief through his phone, prompting the culprit to hastily leave the package and flee. Abdul promptly reported the incident to the police and shared the footage on social media to raise awareness. Despite being away at a hospital appointment, Abdul's vigilance and remote monitoring allowed him to intervene in real time, preventing the theft. With the support of his brother, who was at home, they retrieved the package, demonstrating the importance of swift action in such situations. The incident garnered significant attention on social media, highlighting the community's concern over parcel thefts. Abdul stressed the importance of vigilance, particularly during periods of heightened parcel deliveries, such as the holiday season. This sentiment was echoed by local activist Mohammed Salim, who emphasized the need for security measures like alarms and monitoring devices to deter potential thieves. Number 12. Home invasion. On a seemingly ordinary Saturday night in Sector 20, Sunita found herself in a harrowing situation. As she pulled her scooter into the front yard of her home, little did she know that her peaceful evening would be shattered by an unexpected intruder. The calm of the night was abruptly disrupted when a young assailant made his way into her house, his intentions nefarious and his actions swift. With a brazenness that sent shockwaves through the tranquil neighborhood, the intruder lunged towards Sunita, aiming to snatch the glimmering gold chain adorning her neck. In a desperate bid to protect her belongings, Sunita fought back with all her might. However, the assailant's grip was firm, and despite her resistance, he managed to wrench her towards the gate. The scene unfolded rapidly, captured in its entirety by a vigilant security camera positioned discreetly within the confines of Sunita's home. As the struggle ensued, Sunita's cries for help pierced the night air, reaching the ears of a nearby relative who rushed to her aid. Startled by the unexpected interruption, the assailant swiftly fled the scene, leaving behind a shaken and partially relieved Sunita. Yet the ordeal was far from over. Upon reviewing the camera footage, it became evident that the intruder was not acting alone. An accomplice, stationed outside the house on a motorcycle, played a crucial role in the swift getaway, highlighting the calculated nature of the crime. Number 13. Elderly man with Alzheimer's gets attacked. On December 23rd, a routine trip to La Michoacana, a food store in North Houston, turned into a harrowing ordeal for Florentino Hurtado, aged 67, and his wife. Florentino, grappling with Alzheimer's, remained in their car while his wife dashed inside for a quick errand. However, confusion befell Florentino, prompting him to mistakenly attempt entry into a neighboring vehicle upon exiting their car. The situation took a violent turn when the owner of the neighboring vehicle emerged from the store. Without hesitation, he launched into a relentless physical attack on Florentino, pummeling him with a barrage of punches and kicks that sent him crashing to the ground. Surveillance footage captured the ferocity of the attack, revealing Travion Lockridge as the assailant. Lockridge's flurry of blows amounted to 8 punches and 4 stomps, further exacerbating Florentino's already fragile state. Adding insult to injury, Lockridge callously rifled through Florentino's pockets, seizing his phone amidst the chaos. The swift arrival of police led to the apprehension of Lockridge and his accomplice, Derodrick Stevens, both of whom now face charges of aggravated robbery. Florentino's daughter, Jessica Hurtado, recounted the devastating aftermath of the physical attack, detailing her father's injuries: a fractured cheekbone, lacerations requiring stitches, and ongoing evaluations for potential eye damage. Jessica lamented the senselessness of the attack, asserting that her father's confusion should never have escalated to such brutality. Despite the severity of the offense, the bond set by Judge Colleen Guido for Lockridge, a mere $50,000, has left the family reeling with a sense of injustice. Jessica voiced their collective plea for a fairer resolution, emphasizing the need for accountability in the pursuit of justice. Number 14. UK Riot Response. This young man, visibly enraged and clutching a brick, was captured on a security camera in Hackney, East London. Despite his injured arm encased in a plaster cast and sling, he appears undeterred by the potential consequences of his actions. His image is among the many that law enforcement agencies are urgently seeking to identify. Following the recent spate of looting and rioting, police forces across affected cities have made a resolute commitment to apprehend all those suspected of participating in the chaos. In London alone, a specialized team has meticulously sifted through extensive hours of security camera footage, resulting in the release of over 80 images of suspects. Additionally, local officers and intelligence experts have been instrumental in identifying numerous other individuals, including members of criminal gangs and habitual offenders. The response to these efforts has been notable, with various initiatives such as the erection of temporary screens in public spaces and the implementation of Shop a Rioter campaigns aiming to encourage public cooperation. Contrary to initial apprehensions, there has been a considerable influx of information provided to authorities, indicating a willingness among citizens to assist in bringing the perpetrators to justice. Instances of self-surrender, as seen with the 18-year-old who turned himself in after his picture was circulated in the media, underscore the impact of public exposure on individual accountability. Number 15. Parking lot incident. A California man, Nicholas Weber, who threatened and attacked a Filipino family in a McDonald's parking lot in North Hollywood, now has an active arrest warrant issued against him. The incident, which occurred in May, caught on a security camera, left the Roque family traumatized and seeking justice. Patricia Roque, accompanied by her mother Narissa, was waiting in the drive-through line when Weber, driving behind them, collided with their car. Following the collision, Weber escalated the situation by directing racial slurs at the Roque family. The confrontation turned physical when Roque's father arrived at the scene. Weber's aggression reportedly led to him pushing Roque's father to the ground, resulting in a broken rib. Roque's mother also sustained injuries, including physical harm and strangulation. Despite officers from the Los Angeles Police Department citing Weber with 2 counts of felony battery, with 1 charge carrying a hate crime allegation, he was subsequently released. Moreover, Weber failed to appear in court as scheduled, exacerbating the Roque family's frustration and sense of injustice. Patricia Roque expressed disappointment with law enforcement's handling of the case, citing concerns about Weber's potential to cause harm to their community. In response to the incident, the Filipino Migrant Center organized an anti-Asian hate crime rally outside the Van Nuys courthouse. The rally aimed to raise awareness of the increasing prevalence of hate crimes targeting Asian communities, as evidenced by recent FBI statistics indicating a 73% rise in such incidents between 2019 and 2020. With Nicholas Weber still avoiding accountability, the Roque family and rally attendees are urging the LA District Attorney's Office and LAPD to pursue vigorous prosecution to ensure justice and prevent further harm to vulnerable communities.